Hello friends, welcome back. Today we're going to be exploring Linea protocol, one of the layer 2 scaling solutions on Ethereum. There are several reasons why I've been intrigued and have been diving deep into Linea. First, Near has signaled a very strong ETH alignment. So I've been going down the rabbit hole to explore all the potential layer 2s and to really understand how the two ecosystems can complement each other, data availability, you name it. A recent example is Linea announcing a front end for Uniswap using the blockchain operating system through DapDap. More about that later. But second, I have to be honest, airdrops. Airdrop season is here. I have major FOMO. I missed out on Arbitrum, I missed out on Celestia, but I do have very fond memories of the airdrops that I got from ENS and Ampleforth and all this magic money just popping up on my wallet. So, putting arguments aside on whether airdrops are a long-term effective incentive, I will be joining the groups of hundreds of thousands of people going through Linea Voyage, a program to explore the Linea ecosystem together, and I want you to take you on a journey with me. So today, we're going to have a very brief introduction about what Linea protocol is, and then we're going to dive hands in, we're going to get our fingers dirty and explore Linea Voyage. Wave 2 has closed, but I'll do a really quick rundown of what it entailed because it's kind of important. And then you're still on time for Wave 3. Without further ado, let's go! Okay, so let's get started. I am on the Linea protocol website. What is Linea? A zkEVM rollup for scaling Ethereum dApps. The main takeaway from Linea is that it uses zk technology to achieve fast finality and trustless withdrawals in minutes. This is in sharp contrast with optimistic rollups that make some security assumptions that mean that it can take up to 1 week to get your money out of that chain back into Ethereum. I'm not going to go too deep into the technology, but if you're interested, I would highly recommend coming to L2Beat. They've got a fantastic in-depth analysis of all the layer 2s, including the technology. We can see Linea here, zk rollup. Some of the more popular L2s, like Arbitrum, OP, and Base, are all optimistic rollups. And you can go see one by one the stage of development, security assumptions, potential risks, etc. Now let's focus on Linea Voyage. Linea Voyage is a program, a series of tasks to ease us into the Linea protocol, and we can earn experience that may or may not translate into the airdrop. Even though that Wave 2 has already closed, there's some pretty good knowledge here because it talks about bridges and on-ramps. One of the challenges that we have now is that with so many networks popping up, moving assets in between can be challenging. For this one, all that you had to do was to bridge at least $25 worth of Ethereum, and then for bonus tasks, you could use more bridges. What I'll do now is a quick rundown of all the bridges that I explored, because I discovered some pretty good options out there, and this applies to many networks, not just Linea. The first one that I would recommend is Stargate. Stargate leverages the layer 0 technology. I was actually blown away. I'd seen Stargate a long time ago and didn't think much of it, but it's advanced a lot. So the main thing I just want to show you is all the networks that Stargate covers. And the one thing to note is that when you choose the layer that interests you or the network, I would always check the pair. So say if you want to transfer from Linea to zk Sync, not all tokens are available on all pairs. Just make sure that the one that you want is actually available. So for instance, in this case, USDC is not available. There are some really weird combinations. Things like Scroll only has, I guess Scroll changes from chain to chain, but I saw Scroll earlier and okay, so yeah, Scroll doesn't transfer. Anyway, as you can see, it's a mess and it can be quite individualistic. And yeah, just make sure that the pair matches a specific asset. The next one up is Meson. Meson is amazing. I've been using Meson a lot. I may be the #1 user. If they ever have an airdrop, I may be the #1 holder as well. The reason why I like Meson so much is because I have most of my assets on Near, and that means that I've been moving most of my assets through Aurora. So you can see here, it will prompt me to connect the network, and then same, you can see the assets that are available. Meson does seem to specialize in stablecoins or Ethereum, and then you can test all the networks where it is available. So we can see Linea over here, but you can also transfer assets to some of the other juicy ones that may allegedly offer airdrops, such as Scroll and zkEVM, etc. Next one up is Woofi. Woofi is amazing. I didn't know that they had a bridge or an interchain offering, but they do. So if you go to the swap section, you can actually select different ecosystems. Likewise, this is just a really quick demonstration of all the chains that are available. Next one up is Squid. Squid is the flagship exchange from Axelar Network. This one is a good one if you want to swap assets with the Cosmos ecosystem. So we have the main ones from the Ethereum ecosystem or layer 2s. And then we have a lot of the Cosmos ecosystem. So if you are coming from the Cosmos ecosystem or you want to bridge assets to any of these chains, Axelar is the one for you, baby. Next one up, we've got Symbiosis. Great name, I like it. Symbiosis has a handful of chains as well, including Linea and some random shit like Boba. The last one that I'll mention is DeSwap from deBridge. And the reason why I want to mention this one is because this bridge also enables you to transfer to or from Solana and Linea. So as we've covered several of these bridges, we've seen how Meson allows me to go into Aurora or Near ecosystem, Squid allows me to go into Cosmos ecosystem, and deBridge allows me to go into ecosystem. This is a mess right now. I like it. It's like different airports and hubs and trying to connect. I've been doing all sorts of crazy combinations, but this is at least what we've got now. So let's move on to week 3, where you can still gain some experience depending on when you're looking at this video. So week 3 is all about token swap. There is some bullshit explanation here that you have to complete. And now we have 216,000 people performing this quest, which is insane actually. Maybe that's why the network has been so slow and expensive. The core task is to swap at least $25 worth of Ethereum on any DEX on Linea. And then the bonus tasks are to do a swap on an aggregator or to do 20 swaps with a minimum value of at least $5. Let's get started. The real viable thing here would be to just look at the aggregators that are available. KyberSwap is amazing. Unfortunately, I have just been destroyed on KyberSwap. I was providing liquidity and I've been drained. The great thing is that when you select one of the aggregators, there is a video on instructions on how to do it so that you don't fuck it up. After you have performed the transaction, you click start verification and it takes up to 1 hour to do the verification on chain. What I did was go through all the options or most of the options and then just use the one that I felt was easier or better. Let's see, Izumi, swap now. It takes us directly to the portal. The minimum is $25 volume. Any supported token, 20 supported token. Okay, to do this, I'm going to have to withdraw some ETH that I have deposited into a lending market. Let's see how much this is going to cost me. $2.71 just to withdraw assets from the lending market. I guess it is what it is, right? I got to get my money back. Let's see how long it takes. It is pretty fast. It only took a few seconds. And now let's just go back to Izumi. And now let's swap. The minimum of $25. The gas for the swap is $1.65. It's actually pretty cheap. The last few swaps that I did were $2 and $3.80. Aye. So confirm. You can probably tell Linea is not the cheapest EVM. Approval that I did before was about 30 cents. My reasoning is that I hope that the airdrop is more than what I'm paying for gas now. But it does open up a few very valid questions around what the long-term viability is of a blockchain like this if people are using it just to get an airdrop. I would personally never in my lifetime pay $1.80 for a swap. So make sure that we've completed all the things. Minimum $25. Yep, accept, proceed, and verification in process. Back to Wave. The verification takes about an hour. After it's been verified, you'll see the option to claim your reward here and your experience adds up. As you can see, I've already claimed the first one. The bonus points are to perform 20 swaps in total. I'm not going to do that now because I'm going to go bankrupt, but I just want to see what options for DEXs it gives us. I'd say this is the real alpha. Even if you don't do the swaps, I would be looking at these DEXs to see what the liquidity is like. Let's see Velocore. Yeah, the real alpha is definitely to see what DEXs are out there. They may be having coins There may be some good opportunities to provide farming. Because my reasoning is, if there's hundreds of thousands of people all doing the same tasks, by definition, how much money can each one of them get realistically? So I think that this is like the core minimum, and sure, you get some airdrop to get your gas money back. But in reality, you want to go above and beyond, not just perform swaps on a DEX, but try to find some opportunities, provide liquidity, move some funds around, just have fun. Show genuine curiosity and be an early user, provide feedback to the teams. That's always been my approach to airdrop hunting. Usually when I get it, I wasn't expecting it, and it was just some long nights of degenerate behavior that got rewarded. So I'll be doing the same with Linea. Honestly, Linea is expensive, so I probably won't be doing as much, but I've been having a ton of fun on Base, and probably I'll be making some videos on other blockchains. And as we think of all these ways of going above and beyond to having a lot of activity and being an early user of the blockchain, I want to give a special shout out to DapDap. This is a really cool aggregator, a decentralized front end where you can see all the blockchains that they cover right now. And on the one screen, you can get access to a lot of the front ends. So I personally have been using this to basically discover what's available on the ecosystem and go and perform transactions there. So if we click here all in one, we can see the bridging solution. For swaps, it shows me 3 DEXs, and I can do everything here on the one page. And then for lending, I discovered the lending protocol that you saw me withdraw funds from. You can see the interest rates all in one page, and you can even compare. With one click, you go from Layer Bank to Menti Finance. So this is really cool. I've even discovered blockchains here that I didn't know that existed. So it's giving me the alpha of what's up and coming, and makes it very easy to find applications and to do a bunch of transactions without ever leaving the one interface. Okay, friends, that's all the alpha for me this week. Let me know if you find this helpful. Let me know if you're airdrop hunting in any of the blockchains, and let's keep hustling. Bye.